gun and the leela, the form, the qualities and the pastimes of the Lord are automatically manifest from within our heart. We don't have to struggle specially for it in order for us to, think of it again and again and, trying to artificially meditate on, thinking about the holy name and thinking about the pastimes, thinking about the qualities of Krishna, artificially trying to do all of that. It automatically comes. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad himself was on that stage. He was in that stage that whenever he would chant the holy names, the beautiful pastimes of Krishna would automatically manifest. We know that very beautiful pastime that once Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he was immersed in chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And when he was chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he was closing his eyes and he was deeply meditating on the holy names. He was very, very attentively hearing each and every syllable of the holy name. And each and every time he would do that, one of the leelas, one of the very, very super magnificent leelas of the Lord would manifest in front of his eyes. So one such occasion, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he was envisioning, while he was chanting his japa, he was envisioning that Srimati Radharani, along with her Sakhis, has come to the forest of Vrindavan and they're trying to pluck Kadamba flowers. These Kadamba flowers are very, very beautiful flowers, very, very beautiful flowers. And these Kadamba flowers are described to be the personality of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu because they are golden in color and, and they are like a tennis ball, very, very nice tennis ball. And the hair of the Kadamba, flower, they stand on end. So when Mahaprabhu is in ecstasy, Mahaprabhu is also golden in complexion. So when Mahaprabhu is in ecstasy, he looks exactly like that Kadamba flower. Because Mahaprabhu's hair on his body, they stand on end. And he looks as if like a Kadamba flower. So the Acharyas very rightly have compared the body, the transcendental body of Gauranga Mahaprabhu to this Kadamba flower. And Kadamba flower is very, very dear to Srimati Radharani and to Krishna. So Srimati Radharani, she would always make very special garland for Krishna with these Kadamba flowers. And these Kadamba flowers, they grow on huge, gigantic trees. And sometimes they're very high up in the branches. We need a lot of, like bamboo with a hook on the top to pluck these Kadamba flowers. So anyways, Srimati Radharani, she had a basket in her hand and she was going into the forest of Vrindavan to pluck Kadamba flowers. And there was one such Kadamba flower on the very top branch of this Kadamba tree. And Srimati Radharani, she could not, she was jumping very high, but she was not able to reach to that Kadamba flower. So Krishna, he saw the intense, desire of Srimati Radharani to achieve that Kadamba flower, to tear that Kadamba flower, to get that Kadamba flower. So Krishna, he just came and stood on that branch. And when he stood on that branch of that particular tree, that branch came down. And when that branch came down, Srimati Radharani, she was able to hold on to that. She was able to catch that Kadamba flower. And as soon as Srimati Radharani caught the Kadamba flower, Krishna immediately disappeared from that branch. And as soon as Krishna disappeared from the branch, Srimati Radharani is feather light. So she also went up along with that branch, holding on to that Kadamba flower. Srimati Radharani is as light as feather. So she just, holding that Kadamba flower, she just went up. She was hanging in the air, holding on to that Kadamba flower. And all the Sakhis and Krishna came down by that time. And all the Sakhis, they were all, laughing, they were giggling, and they were all being blessed because they were able to see the pinkish lotus soles of Srimati Radharani and all the beautiful auspicious signs that are there on the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani was manifest to all the gopis and to Sri Krishna. So all the gopis and Krishna, they were relishing and, basking in that nectarian shower of Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. And seeing this vision, Rupa Goswami, who had his eyes closed, he was chanting the Mahamantra, sitting under a tree. He had his eyes closed, and as soon as Krishna left the branch and Srimati Radharani was, swinging in the air like that, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad could not control his laughter. He just started laughing, just like the gopis were relishing, and they were laughing like that. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad also started laughing. But when he laughed, there was one Vaishnava who was passing by. And this particular Vaishnava had a little defect in his walking. He used to, bend his body and while walking. His body would get bent because he had a defect in his leg. And when he was passing by Srila Rupa Goswami, at that time, Rupa Goswami was laughing. And this particular Vaishnava thought that, oh, Rupa Goswami is laughing at me because I'm walking in this funny way. He is laughing at me. And as soon as he thought that, this Vaishnava got offended. This Vaishnava got offended by that laughing gesture of Srila Rupa Goswami, and this vision of Rupa Goswami Pad, of Srimati Radharani and Krishna and the gopis and the Kadamba trees immediately disappeared. He couldn't see anything. He just immediately opened his eyes and he tried to again focus on the chanting of the holy names, but that vision never came back. It just did not come back. So then Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he approached his elder brother Sanatan Goswami and he narrated the entire thing to him. And he said, I don't know why, my dear brother, I cannot see anymore. The pastimes of the Lord are not manifesting. The Lord is not manifesting his leelas anymore to me. Why? Why is this happening? And Sanatan Goswami told Rupa Goswami that, my dear brother, you must have offended some Vaishnava. Because Vaishnava Aparadh is like a dam. It stops the flow of the mercy coming down from Krishna. So Sanatan Goswami said that you must have hurt and offended some Vaishnava. That is why that mercy has stopped. Rupa Goswami was confused. He started scratching his head. He said, well, in my conscious state, I don't know I have committed any offense to anybody. So Sanatan Goswami said, maybe unconsciously, maybe unknowingly, you have done something because somebody is definitely offended. So Rupa Goswami said, well, how do I find out? And he said, the only way that you can find out is that invite all the Babajis, invite everyone in Vrindavan, feed them some, prasad. And whoever does not come, he's the one who is offended by you. So Srila Rupa Goswami said, okay, that's a very good idea. And Srila Rupa Goswami then, invited the entire, Babajis and the devotees and the Vaishnavas in Braj, and he invited them for a Vaishnav Bhojan, for a feast. And when everybody came, Rupa Goswami was seeing who is the one who did not come. And he sure enough found that particular devotee who had not come. So immediately Srila Rupa Goswami Pad went to that devotee and he was, he fell like a stick in front of that devotee. And he said, my dear Vaishnava, how have I offended you? What have I done that you did not come for the feast? And that Vaishnava was also very genuine. And he said, my dear Rupa, I know that you're such a great devotee, but when I was walking that day by you, I saw that you were laughing at me. And Rupa Goswami was like, I did not laugh at you. This was what happened. I am so sorry that you felt offended by my gesture. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. And that devotee then started feeling so bad when Rupa Goswami explained his situation. That devotee felt so bad that that's the reason why even I am not feeling any enthusiasm in my japa, because I unknowingly have taken some offense which you have not even done to me. So therefore, even I am not getting any ruchi in my bhajan. That Vaishnava told Rupa Goswami. And they both, embraced each other and they both took Krishna Prasad together. And then they, again started experiencing these, Krishna started manifesting these leelas to both of them. So this is to go on to say that how dear the Vaishnavas are to Krishna, that whoever we may be, if we at all offend a Vaishnava, then Krishna takes it personally. That we will, Chhariya Vaishnava Seva, Nistar Payache Keva. That who can, become free from, rendering service to the Vaishnavas? We cannot. We've got no other hope other than rendering service to Krishna, to his devotees. That's how we become dear to Krishna. So,